Julia Gillard and Tony Abbott are tonight locked in a high-stakes game of brinkmanship, leaving asylum seeker policy hanging in the balance. The pair held talks in the Prime Minister's office at lunchtime, but ended the day further apart than ever. The government gave Mr Abbott a new bill to restore offshore processing. He read it, decided it was worse than the first version, and responded with his own plan to destroy Labor's Malaysia solution. From Canberra, Chief Political Correspondent Mark Simpkin.
Julia Gillard and Tony Abbott actually had three close encounters. The first was uncomfortable.
Hello.
Brendan, how are you?
The second was brief. He spent just 15 minutes in the Prime Minister's office. The third was question time.
I thank the Leader of the Opposition for meeting with me today, and I thank him for indicating that the Opposition is considering the amendments that have been provided to them today.
They're amendments to the government's original amendments, the Malaysia Solution 3.0.
The new amendments have been provided to seek some common ground. The new amendments have been provided in the spirit of not pursuing politics as usual.
Instead of having wide discretion to send asylum seekers to a third country, the government needs to be assured they will be processed and won't be returned to a country where they'd face persecution. The assurances don't need to be legally binding.
How can she ensure that obligations will be honoured when they are not required to be legally binding under the amendments that she is proposing to the Migration Act?
Apart from being insulting to our friends in Malaysia, there is no reason to assume that Malaysia would not honour the obligations it has freely entered into.
Tony Abbott rejected the government plan and proposed an alternative. Asylum seekers should only be sent to countries that have signed the UN Refugee Convention.
It's, in my judgment, a much superior proposal to that which the government has put forward.
Malaysia hasn't signed the Refugee Convention, so the amendment swaps almost certainly killed off Labor's proposed people swap. An unlikely coalition of the Greens and the opposition will block the scheme in the Senate, leaving onshore processing the most likely option.
The Australian people are entitled to conclude that the opposition has one objective here: to stop the Malaysia Agreement being implemented because they are scared it will work.
Forcing another change of direction. Mark Simpkin, ABC News, Canberra.